people in order to form a perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
Good Paul Ruby! R-U-B-Y!
Last time! Miller!
Keep it up! Keep it up! Keep that Mustang spirit up! Keep that Mustang spirit up! Go Mustang!
Mustangs yelling! Clap it out with
Mustang!
Mustangs yelling! Clap it out with
Mustang! Mustang! Go violent!
last time!
Mustang! Go violent!
Miller!
Mustang! Mustang! Go violent!
Last time!
Mustang! Go violent!
Miller!
Mustang!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Miller News.
This just in, we have Positivity Project back here at Miller, and this week our focus was curiosity.
That's right, Pasquale. So our question of the week is, what are you curious about learning this year? Let's take a look.
What are you curious about to learn this year?
Math.
Thank you. About to learn this year.
This year I'm curious to learn about history.
Thank you.
What are you curious to learn this year? Math. Thank you. What are you curious to learn this year? Math. Thank you.
I am curious to learn about Egypt language.
Thank you.
Curious about learning this year.
Learning how to get good with Crow and his hypercharge, I think is pretty good. Also, I think his gadget's pretty good. I can't wait to learn how to use them.
Curious about learning this school year. Learning more math. Curious about learning this year.
I want to learn more about my students this
What
year.
are you curious about learning this year?
I'm curious about reading and learning.
What are you curious about learning this year?
Math and reading.
I'm curious about learning this year.
Curious about learning this year. Math. Thank you.
About reading and doing math.
Curious about learning this year.
I'm curious about learning about hamsters and guinea pigs, like what they do. Thank you. About learning this year.
I'm curious about learning art and science.
I'm very curious about learning more math and art skills. So, yeah, I really want to learn all that stuff. Yeah.
Curious about learning this year.
Math.
Thank you.
Math. Thank you.
How to plant trees.
Set, go. What are you curious to learn this year?
Science. Space.
Thank you.
Science.
Thank you. Thank you. What are you curious to learn this year? Science. Thank you. What are you curious to learn this year? Science. Thank you. Math. Thank you.
This year, I hope to learn as many students' names as I can.
Thank you. Math and science. Science. Thank you. Like math and more like science. And yeah. Math, science, reading. Thank you. I think I should learn more about science and social studies. Thank you. Math and science.
I'm curious about who's going to come out for my sports teams. We have flag football right now, and I'm curious who's going to come out for soccer and volleyball and track for the rest of the year so we could have a good sports season.
Curious about learning this year. Curious about learning this year. Curious about learning this year.
Geography.
Thank you. Science and more math. Thank you.
Dinosaurs. Thank you. Tying my shoes.
¿Quieres aprender este año?
Matemáticas.
Gracias. She said that she wants to learn math. Science. Thank you.
Doing math.
Thank you.
Doing math.
Okay. Thank you. What are you curious about learning this year?
I'm curious about going to 3rd grade.
Thank you.
PE.
Curious about learning this year?
I'm curious about the Miller News.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for your responses. Lately here at Miller, we have had some great events.
That's right. First graders have been learning about lights and shadows. We have seen big buddies and little buddies.
And we have also seen 5th graders practice the preamble and cleaning up Miller School. And 2nd grade and 3rd graders have been learning to ride bikes.
So many great learning experiences can make us Mustang Storm keep up the great work, Mustangs.
Speaking of great work, let's take it over to Leslie for sport.
What a great first game. The Mustangs played on Wednesday. We had a great support from our staff, parents, families, and cheerleaders. Unfortunately, the Mustangs came up just short of a victory. Come join us next week as we take on Alvin Elementary back to Taylor School at 4:45 next Wednesday. Go Mustangs.
Woo!
Thank you, Leslie. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week on the Miller News. Until next time, stay Mustang strong all day long.